This is Joe from Mernda, and you're listening to Ox and Marko with the hottest new podcast going around. Couple of blokes, couple of beers.
All right, let's go.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. You like that one?
I did.
Why did you like that?
I don't know. You just came out pretty pumped up.
Hey, before we get going, one second further.
Yes.
200 metres from this particular spot, I saw some civil selfishness that will knock your socks off.
In the petrol station?
No, not the petrol station.
All right. So civil selfishness, these are civilians being selfish.
Correct. So I'm driving along. Mm-hmm. I'm coming up to some lights, but it's just pedestrian lights.
Yeah.
It's like a ghost. The red light went on.
Oh, no.
And no one walked across.
Yeah, someone's done a runner.
So what they've done is they've got there, they've pushed the button. They've seen there's no traffic
and then taken
and
off.
Walked across.
Yeah, that's...
Now, I put to you that there should be a fine involved. If you push the button...
Yeah, I'm kind of with you here.
And then go across... I think once you push the button, you have to wait until you see the little green man.
Well, you should anyway, for
That's
safety
right.
reasons. What about...
But there were 6 cars behind me, and the other side, there would have been about, 3 cars on the other side.
Yeah, not good.
Everyone had to stop because this selfish civilian...
Did you see the civilian or the civilian already on the runner?
We did.
How old?
On a bike, kid.
Oh, right. Little cheeky bastard.
Little kid.
Okay.
Yeah, on a bike, took off.
He's done a mono and he's out of there.
Little mongrel.
So this is where traffic light people, now I don't know if they're called traffic light people, but this is where traffic light people, and this is another invention, should be smarter. You push the button to go and then you realise you can go, so you go. Yeah. Well, you should have the 3-button push. You go, tit-tit-tit-tit. All right, so 3 or 4 times.
Like Morse code.
Yeah, no, so then what it does, like a little... So a little sequence that says, no, take that light off. So it nullifies it out.
So you can push the button, you know you've made it blue.
Yep.
And you can get across comfortably.
So you go, and then
it stops it.
And then it stops it.
What about...
See, that's if the traffic light people were clever.
Well, I think they're clever in Queensland because every time I go to Queensland, that's the first time that's ever been said.
Queensland?
I think they are. They're smarter than us in Queensland because at the same lights, once the person has gone, then they start to flash. So it just doesn't have... red and green, it's got the flasher.
Oh, the flasher, yeah.
So the flasher's great because as soon as someone's gone across it and it starts flashing, off you go.
I think there was a Victorian that invented that who went up to Queensland.
And one more, just while we're on traffic lights too.
Geez, you've had a big day on the roads.
Well, in America, if you're in the right-hand lane and it's a red light and you see no traffic, you can turn right. Now, why on earth in this country... if we're in the left lane and you get there and you can see there's no issue going, why can't we just turn left on red?
Yeah.
In New South Wales.
You can in New South Wales.
Yeah. See, another Victorian moved out.
Okay, so they're smarter than us in New South Wales and they're smarter than us in Queensland.
That is unbelievable.
Victorians are thinking of all this stuff and it's going up there and we're not using it.
And then did you bring America into that as well? They're smarter than us as well.
Yeah, well, they are clearly smarter than us. They've been doing it for years.
I did read a stat. Now, I want to check this up because I love me stats. I was looking the other day how many people in America die through motor vehicle accidents per year.
What made you think of that?
Because I thought our number is, say, 300 or 500 or whatever it is, and I thought, well, they must have a big number. And I think it was 48,000 die on the roads in America each year.
How many do we get? We get like 300.
Well, no, 300
per state.
Hey, Siri, how many people die in America through motor vehicle accidents each year?
Oh, this will be good.
All right, here we go.
You got it?
There was 34,436. That's 102 per day die.
On the roads in America.
Goodness.
That is just off the charts.
How many crashes do you reckon there are a year?
Well, if that's the case, multiply it by 50.
7.4 million crashes.
That
is ridiculous.
Every single day. That's incredible. Well, don't worry about that. What about the stat?
2 million injured.
We're talking about America. What about the stat of their mass shootings?
Oh, yeah.
It's more than one a day.
Oh,
it's more than one a day.
Hey, Siri, how many mass shootings in America in 2022?
Lovely. That question would have been asked a lot. You watch.
All right. There were, oh, my goodness me.
More than 365.
Yeah, it is. It's way.
So mass shooting is what, 2 or more or 3 or more?
3 or more, I think.
3 or more, yeah.
Could even be 4 or more.
while you're looking that up, when I was in the States, I was given a ute. Well, they call them trucks over there. I was given a truck. And the truck was great, but it just had one panel at the front, a beautiful one panel. It took me a while, but I had a gun on the back. There's a gun that was there.
What do you mean you had a gun?
Well, there was a gun on the ute that they were lending me.
What, in the backpack?
Yeah, there was a gun rack on the glass.
Oh, of course you got to have a gun rack.
Right?
Yeah.
Anyway, so I was driving around all summer. One bloke took it down and said, have a look at this gun. And he did the cock thing. It was loaded.
Oh, well.
It was loaded. I was driving around with a loaded gun for 3 months.
All right. In America, in 2022, there were 647 mass shootings.
That's getting to 2 a day almost.
And there was 44,000 people died due to gun violence.
Wow. It's just insane.
So we've lost 88,000 people through cars and guns. Well,
off the charts, silly.
Hey, took the dog down the park and I saw something I hadn't seen in a long time. And this is a dying art. It's like the Tasmanian tiger.
You just don't see it anymore.
You don't see it. Like it's a
Well, I think the Tassie tiger is, extinct. It's been extinct.
Is it?
For about 150 years.
Well, that's what they say, but there could be one down there.
You don't still think there's a Tassie tiger getting around Tasmania, do you?
You think there's UFOs?
Well, I know there are.
Oh,
the US government's come out and said there are UFOs, they don't know what to do.
We've actually seen the Tassie tiger. We haven't seen a UFO.
Have we seen the Tassie tiger lately?
We've got video.
Lately.
Well, we've got video of it.
I don't think we've seen it lately.
Well, hang on. Well, how long ago was the video invented? So there's video of it, so the 1900s.
So I always get confused. There's a Tassie tiger extinct. Is there still a Tassie devil going
there's
around?
Tassie devils everywhere.
Okay.
Yeah, they're everywhere.
Okay, that's good to know.
So I was down the park and I was walking the dog and I saw a kid flying a kite.
Oh.
And I thought, you're a loser. Yeah. No one flies kites anymore.
Why does mum and dad get him a drone like every other kid?
Exactly right. So here's this little loser, little 8-year-old loser, flying a kite.
I think he's a loser.
Thought, come on, mate.
And was it any good? Was it a good kite, or was it one of those $15 ones you get from 7-Eleven?
Well, it stayed up. It stayed up. So, but
did he have to run, or could he just stand there?
No, he was kind of running. But I'm down the beach. Of course, there's wind down there.
Right.
If you can't fly a kite down the beach, you just got to take up another
was he there
sport.
by himself, or was mum and dad, trying to teach him how to ride?
No, he was there by himself. He's a little loser. Anyway, so it got me thinking. Got me thinking about some other. When was the last time?
Got you think about some other little losers? That's good.
When was the last time you played hooky?
Never.
See?
No, not, and that was big. When I was 6 or 7, hooky was big.
Hooky was massive, wasn't it?
Yeah, hooky. God, it's gone.
So if your mate rang up and said, Marko, come on over,
have a few beers,
and let's play some hooky.
And we'll play
some hooky. Can we still be friends?
I don't think so, mate.
No,
I'm not coming around to your place to play hooky anytime soon, or anyone else's house.
Do you know anyone who is buying marbles?
Oh, wow. No.
So marbles is dead. Marbles is dead.
So if you come from our generation, one, you could play marbles in the gutter, but two, if you had a Shanghai, my God, could you go crazy?
Talk about doubling up in America. Imagine you had the Shanghai at the back with the gun. You would have been unstoppable.
Can you remember some of the names of marbles? So you had the tombola.
Remember the Tommy?
What about the milky?
There was a milky
something
one.
or other. The cat's eye.
Oh, the cat's eye too. With the little
the
black.
Dibley.
Wow.
Bonker?
Oh, the bonker was like a
big one.
Yeah, and then
that was a tombola.
Yeah, and then you get
the Tommy.
What's the big steel one?
Oh yeah,
the big steel one was just like a ball bearing, and that would just crush every other marble. You'd actually make kids cry if you had a big steel one.
My auntie Marg used to have a money bag full of marbles. And we used to have a step in a hallway that the step used to fold down, and she used to hide the marbles in there. Yeah. I reckon I stole a heap. I used to steal a couple every time I went in there.
I'll give you another Tassie tiger.
Yep.
Thinking of marbles.
Yep.
What was that game? Chinese checkers.
Oh yeah.
You're probably not even allowed to call it Chinese anymore. You probably have to call it something else.
Yeah, rainbow checkers.
When's the last time you saw a kid play Chinese checkers?
Never.
No
kid's going to do that. It's like the other thing too. Like when you go down the beach, when was the last time you saw a lilo? A serious lilo.
I've got one in my pool.
Oh, yeah, no.
I do.
You do not.
That's how I sunbake.
No. What?
I sunbake.
Why would you sunbake?
No, but
tell me the reasoning behind sunbaking.
Oh, because my arms are so disgustingly brown, I have to even up. Otherwise, I look like an idiot.
Hang on, but who's going to see the rest of it?
Trish. Mate, if I walk in and I've
when was
just
the
got
last
a disgusting golfer's tan going,
When was the last time
I'm not
Trish...
getting any action at all.
Let me be honest with you. When
I
was the
just want
last time...
I just want a little bit of action.
I know Trish. Trish does not want the lights on when she's seeing you. So it doesn't matter. She doesn't matter.
No, mate, you've got to even it up. Because honestly, this light above us, that's tanning me right now. I'm getting tanned off that.
Yeah.
I am. I actually have to do some kind of,
Well, show me.
getting up.
I want to see your chest. I want to see your chest right now to see how tanned you are.
Look at that. It's not bad.
Actually, you are actually quite...
I told you, I get on the lilo. I get on the lilo and I do a little bit of sunbaking.
So if you go down the beach and you see a kid on a lilo...
I think Jaws straight away.
He's a loser.
Yeah.
It's now boogie boards. And he's not a loser. No, he's a loser.
He's a loser, mate.
If you're using a lilo, there's no lilos are out now.
And the parents, if that's the only thing you're giving your kid at the beach, you should be ashamed of yourselves.
Yeah.
Those little skim boards?
Yeah, they're cool.
They are sensational.
Yeah, or a proper surfboard, like a big Trigger Brothers 3-fin thruster.
What are you going to do in a lilo? Just sit on there and catch a wave on your lilo?
Oh, yeah.
What a joke.
Get eaten. Because they do look like a seal, a big square seal. And you don't want to be sitting on a big square seal
no way.
down the beach. In the pool, not a problem.
What was that kid in the Jaws? The Kitten Boy, the little Kitten Boy.
Oh, yeah, he copped it, didn't he?
Oh, mate, he's good
brown
night.
bread.
That's it.
Brown bread.
Have you got any more? Give us one more.
All right. No one washes their car anymore. When was the last time you actually saw someone got the bucket out, the sponge, and actually washed their own car?
I reckon I've done it once in the last 3 years.
I reckon I know the reason.
It was COVID.
No, I reckon water restrictions. I reckon water restrictions about 7 or 8 years ago. People stopped washing their cars. So now you go to Magic Hands or you go to Kittens.
You've got to
and get your car washed.
You always get Magic Hands and Kittens mixed up, don't you? Actually, if you ever pay with the credit card and your missus checks it out, she goes, "Hey, what's this Magic Hand stuff?"
Yeah,
it's true.
Yeah,
it's true.
I got my car washed.
Explain to her.
Oh, really? At 3 o'clock in the morning.
You're having a couple of beers with a couple of blokes. This is Ox and Marko. And when you get a sec, we'd love you to subscribe and rate the podcast.
I don't know why, mate, but twisties get such a run on this program. It is an absolute joke, and I'm going to talk to you in a second about it. Rodney, or we want to call him Rod because he's a star by the sounds of it, got in touch with us on our Facebook page. And
really? We've got a Facebook page?
Anyone can.
Okay.
Yes, we've got a Facebook page.
I didn't even know that.
Yes, we've got a Facebook page.
Okay, all right, well, I'll have to have a look at it.
And he wants to talk about twisties, I think. So, Rod the plumber. G'day, Rod.
Hey, Marko. And Ox.
Hello, Rocket.
How are you?
You know, Ox has already got the shakes. He's already got the shakes just thinking about twisties.
What do you got?
Well, after I binged listening to your podcast on Saturday morning, and I went and got the paper, and there was an article about twisties. And they're coming out with a new flavour.
Oh,
really?
Ooh.
What flavour's that?
Raspberry, apparently, or wild raspberry.
Oh, my God.
You're joking.
wild raspberry twisties.
Oh,
I just can't. This doesn't sound
to
very
dribble.
savoury.
I'm starting to dribble. You're joking. That's unbelievable.
Well, we know it'd just be yellow and red, or some kind of a red colour.
That'd be a red colour.
So, are you a big twisty man, Rod?
No, not really, Marko. It was just, just listening to you boys on the podcast, and it just popped up in the paper that 6,000 Australian people had voted on a new flavour.
6,000 people have bothered to vote.
6,000 learned people.
Oh, yeah.
Learned people.
6,000 people have bothered to get on.
Twisties are a big part of people's lives, Mark. So let's just put that on the table.
Well, we've got to taste test this immediately when we can get our hands on the packet.
Well,
sorry, I'll taste test.
No, can I be honest with you? I buckled. I buckled during the week.
Well, you had some twisties during the week.
I had twisties.
Why?
During the week. I don't know.
You've been so strong.
I know. And Rocket, this is not. I'm not proud to say this, but I'd been off for about 8 weeks or 9 weeks, and I buckled. I bought a party size.
Had you been drinking? You must have been drinking.
No.
You must have been on the gas.
I just felt. I walked in there and they just jumped on me.
You just felt like you deserved the back.
They just jumped on you. Not good.
Did you go chicken? Did you go cheese?
Cheese, party size, the whole lot in one sitting.
How long did it take you to eat a party bag?
10 minutes. Wasn't long.
How did you feel? Are you feeling okay?
I felt guilty. I felt ashamed.
Were you a bit flat?
Hey, Rocket. We were just talking before. There's a couple of things we've noticed that we don't see much anymore. Actually, I'll ask you. Have you got kids?
Two.
When was the last time you took them and flew a kite with them? Have you ever?
That's a never.
10 years ago.
Yeah. All right,
10 years ago.
So it's a dying thing.
Yeah.
When was the last time you played hooky with them?
Oh, no, we've got a hooky board.
Holy moly.
Yeah, there's a hooky board and a dartboard.
And a dartboard, that's all right. Marbles? When was the last time you played marbles with them?
Nah. Marbles are banned.
What about Chinese checkers? Do they even know what it is?
No, they wouldn't know what it is,
Right.
Marko.
Yeah. 2 more. When was the last time?
They probably wouldn't even know what dominoes are.
That's another.
Dominoes.
We actually forgot about dominoes.
That is a beauty.
What about when was the last time you washed your car by hand?
2 weeks ago.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, okay. Well, you're a plumber, so it gets dirty, so I get that. And last one, do you use a lilo?
Lilo?
Do you have a lilo? Do you go up the river or down the lake?
Sounds like a good
no?
bloke.
Nah, you just swim in there, Ox.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right, fair enough.
Mate,
So lilos are out.
There's no way that Rod the plumber would get his kids a lilo and send him down the beach.
Hey, Rocket,
There's no way.
we're going to try the new raspberry flavour. Really appreciate your time and keep up the good work.
Good on you, mate.
No worries. Good on you, boys. Great work.
Well, that is fantastic. Now, I cannot believe I was going to ask you how you were going with the twisties.
Yeah, I buckled. I'm really pissed off with myself, to be honest.
Really?
I've been strong. Been really strong.
And you had all the yellow stuff all over your hands.
I love that.
You know what normally happens after that?
No.
You didn't test yourself out?
I ate it in the morning and I kept busy for the rest of the day. So, no.
Thank goodness. So, can we still be friends has sort of morphed into something on this particular podcast?
You know, we have partnerships and friendships that fall apart for silly reasons, and you know, some of them are like wearing a cardigan, which is understandable. A bit of Botox. What have you seen? What do you like?
You know, I'm always looking at people.
You're very observant,
and I watch what they do.
Yep, that's being observant.
And a lot of that seems to be in my car.
Yeah. Well, you're in the car a bit, aren't you?
Yeah, that's right.
You're in the Lexus a lot.
I just daydream. I'm just always daydreaming in the car.
Yep.
And I saw this particular character and he was just slinking around.
Slinking?
Slinking around.
Okay.
Yeah. He wasn't proud of himself.
No, okay.
And he was just slinking from point to point.
Yep.
And I was thinking to myself,
Yep.
if things ever really got bad and, you know, I was looking for some extra work, I was just wondering if I was ever going to be a parking inspector.
Oh.
You know, looking for my quota every day, which I believe is 200 fines a day is their quota.
It is not.
Their quota as a parking
200?
inspector. When they go in and check in and they get all their equipment, they fasten it on, and now they've got a camera and the whole lot.
200?
The second they get 200, they can come in.
Really?
200.
I'd be making them up.
So
I'd be just finding everyone.
I just want to know from you if I, you know, was down on my luck.
Yep.
And I became a parking inspector.
I don't know if you'd be down on your luck, but no, you wouldn't be my mate. In fact, I wouldn't talk to you again.
Yeah.
And I like you. I do. I think you're a good fella. I think you're a good fella.
That's nice.
But they are vermin.
Oh, I can't stand
when
them.
it comes to jobs, they are the lowest of low.
Mate,
And good on
hate them.
Good on them. Good on them for doing their job. Mongrels.
Yes.
But they are not my cup of tea.
Mate, there's got to be a system to where they can, you know, you're there, you're almost there, and they go, oh, mate, I've already started. And then once it's in the system, that's rubbish.
Hang on.
Just get rid of it.
Hang on, but why even have parking? Why even pay for parking? You pay your rates. You shouldn't have to pay for parking anywhere.
That is a very good point.
We pay our roads. We pay our registration. Why should we pay for parking? I understand if you're paying in you're parking in a high rise, you know, because whatever it is, because you want to park close to somewhere. But if you're just on the normal street, say you're down.
So not in front of shops, because I get shops, because you want to get. Well, you don't want to leave your car in front of a shop all day.
Like 2 hours and 15 minutes and 25. And good luck reading the signs, because there's that many bloody signs on each sign.
Yeah.
It's almost impossible. No, I'm with you. No, if you become a parking officer, we're done.
Good.
We part ways.
I'm the same with you, mate. Nice. Forget about it.
I've got one, and it hasn't happened to me yet. But if this happens to me, this is going to be really tough, because I know it's happened to friends of mine.
Right. And
I know you're in this industry. And golf's a really honest industry.
Yeah, that's right.
But if you're playing golf with a bloke who's cheating, what do? Can we still remain friends?
You play with a bloke and you know he's a cheat, and he is your friend.
He's my friend.
So there's cheating and then there's cheating, right, in golf.
Well, what's the difference?
There's cheating when, let's say, he's having a rotten day and he looks like he's going to have 22 points or something.
Yeah.
Which is half your handicap, right? So it's horrible. And he just picks one up instead of taps it in. That's no worries.
Yeah, okay.
Right, so it's cheating in the comp, but you're only going to have 22 points anyway, so I don't care. But if he's moving the ball in the rough,
and what about if
and he's doing it when he knows you're not watching or something like that, or if he's gone, that's a 5 and you know it's a 6 and he's done it 5 times, then I think you got to talk to him first.
So what about my mate? Just say his name is
don't.
Bob. No, just Bobby. Bobby boy.
All right, that's good.
Bobby boy.
You've looked after someone there.
He puts it out to the right.
Yeah.
And we will go and have a look for it.
Yeah.
No, I can't find it. He goes, I'll give it one more minute and see how I go. We all walk off.
You've all walked off?
Found it!
Got it!
Found it! I've got a line. I've got a shot of the green.
You get one of those every 5 years, because it can happen from time to time.
It can.
If you get 2 once a week...
If you get 3 in one round...
No, you can't be friends with that person anymore, because he's cheating everybody.
Yeah.
He's not just cheating the people in the group; he's cheating everybody on the course.
And just say Bobby happens to win the comp and collects the $50 for the winning.
No, that's a disgrace.
Yeah,
no.
you've got to.
It's a thief. That's right. You're thieving.
You've got to cut him loose.
Yeah, that's it.
But I will say this: if you do catch someone cheating in sport, you've got to tell them. You've been caught, because otherwise they continue to do it.
What about kids' tennis?
Oh, no, call it all the time.
Filth. What those small little kids are doing to each other. It's so bad, mate.
Out! It's in my TV.
You can see the ball mark on the Onticar stuff, and then they go and spin the racket. Now, it landed here, and they spin the racket and make a ball mark.
Oh, God. Well, you don't cheat at golf. That's the number one rule. It doesn't matter doesn't matter how it works out, you don't cheat at golf.
Hey, while we're talking about golf, I got a direct message, a DM.
Really?
Yeah, from a bloke called Flan. He heard our hole-in-one chat a week ago. Flan, thank you. Thank you for the message. Tell us your story. You got to tell us this hole-in-one story.
Yeah, look, a little bit like you guys. I saw a guy hit the stick when the car was up for offer.
Oh,
and I've
really?
never seen a bloke break down more quickly. But the hole-in-one thing that happened to me was remarkable, and it took 20 years to take place. I played golf with a great mate. Absolutely adore our games of golf. We're really close. We're always tight. And it always peeved him that I'd had a hole-in-one, and it wasn't with him, but it was with my new boss. And we were playing a par 3 down in the southern part of Sydney near the airport, and there was a hill on the right and water on the left. And my boss said, what are you going to do here? I said, mate, I'm going to hit a soft fade into that hill. It's going to take all the pace off it. It's going to dribble across the green and go in.
You're calling shots.
Mate, I've called 8 ball in the corner pocket, and it happened. My boss couldn't believe it, right? So that absolutely drives my other golf mate crazy for 10 years, because he's hit the stick, he's done this, that, he's gone close, he's had one club too short.
Hey, Flan, can I stop you? Because there's a term for this. People who have not had hole-in-ones,
and then are nasty towards other people who have had hole-in-ones.
they are racist.
They're racist.
They're racist, mate. And this is a real thing, because my mate that's sitting across the bench from me, he never had a hole-in-one at all. His whole dream in golf was just to have a hole-in-one. I'm talking about you.
Yeah, I was racist for nearly 14 years.
Mate, we used to get these old ladies call up and talking about their,
Hello,
they'd hit
I'm Beverly, and I'm 85 and I had a hole-in-one. I said, piss off, Beverly.
And then they'd laugh at you. laugh at you. They laugh at you. Anyway, so there's a real thing going around. They're acists.
First of all, what a great term. Second of all, I'm just trying to work out whether I should be taking a knee right now or not. Whatever is the most respectful is what I'm going to adopt retrospectively. But then, so my buddy, right, he's trying to get an ace. We're playing at Balgowlah. I think it's the 9th hole. It's an uphill par 3, but it's a blind tee shot. You can only see the top of the stick. Oh. Anyway, he hits it, and it's pretty straight. It was at it. I didn't. I went over the back. We walk up there, and then we look, and we can only see one ball. And I look at my mate, and he's just speaking. He goes, I reckon I've done it. So he walks over, and there it is. The ball's in the hole. He gets the right one. We're all even Stevens after about 10 years. Now, we flash forward 10 years from then, right? Yeah. I'm sitting at a rugby union function having a great day. I've met a bloke sitting opposite me, and I said, where are you from originally? He said, Balgowlah. I said, I used to play golf at Balgowlah. And he said to me straight up, he said, I used to live on the 9th hole, and I'd see people hit up, and if I thought it was pretty straight to the pin, I'd nip out behind where they couldn't see me and put the ball in the hole and be back on the yes! So my mate still doesn't know whether his was legit or not. And I said to the bloke at the function, would you mind speaking to my mate? I want to ring him right now.
Yes. What happened?
Don't tell me.
He insisted for years. Is that racist or not? I don't even know anymore, but he has had one since, so he shut up about it.
Okay. Imagine going through for 10 years of... It's like having a child and then finding out it's not yours.
That's right. That would be equivalent.
Other than curly hair and he's 7 foot and I'm 5'3", there was no other giveaways.
Now we need some sort of DNA testing for hole in one.
Yes, goodness me.
Well, see, what you need to do at that particular hole, if you ever do have a hole in one, you've actually got to take a picture of two things: the ball in the hole and where the pitch mark was.
Yes.
Because if the pitch mark was 6 foot to the right,
doesn't work.
The chances are that kid living on the 9th has popped it in the hole.
Oh, please, mate. But no one repairs their pitch marks. You can take a pic.
But you know the kid who lives in there, what a good kid he is. He's making people happy.
He's cheating for folks.
He's cheating for folks and making people happy.
Just spreading a bit of sunshine.
Yeah, that's all it is.
I just hope his name was Juan.
Yes.
Hole in one.
One from the 9th hole.
Hey, Clan, thanks for joining us, mate. Great story, and thanks for DMing it. Is it DMing? DMing on Twitter. Appreciate it, mate.
What a story, because there are always these other stories about kids living on golf courses like that, and they would hit up over on the blind hole. Yeah. And, of course, they'd crawl out, grab the balls, and then go and sell them back to them the next day.
Well, they used to do it at Gisborne. You know the 3rd hole at Gisborne? Or the second hole, the one down the bottom. They used to do it all the time because it was at the blind bit over. So you're walking down and you could only come out at a certain time. Like you had about 10 seconds to go and do it. Yeah. And they used to put 2 balls in the hole. All right. Time for our joke. Our joke of the week. So let's spin the wheel.
It's my turn.
All right. Dad joke, girl, blonde joke, rabbit joke. No, there's no rabbit joke. There's no rabbit joke. It's a kid's joke, actually.
Kid's joke.
All right, you got one?
Yeah, I got one.
All right, let's go.
Go unloaded. I told my daughter that I saw a kangaroo on the way to work this morning.
Really?
She said to me, "How do you know it was on its way to work?"
That's not bad. Not bad.
It's a kid joke.
I like
it's a kid joke. That's what you get.
And you hop straight into it, so it was good.
And there it is, another episode of A Couple of Blokes, Couple of Beers with Ox and Marko. If you're enjoying the podcast, please rate, review it, and hit subscribe so you'll always get the latest episode each Wednesday. And if you can share it around, as we always say, we'd love it. We'd appreciate it. It all helps, and that would be fantastic. Thank you very much to a couple of members of the Couple of Blokes, Couple of Beers family this week for helping us out. Rod the Plumber for calling up with the Twisties news, and Flan from the Gold Coast with his great story from the 9th hole at Balgala in Sydney. Couple of Blokes, Couple of Beers, executive producer Dan Bradley from Kaizen Media. Sound design, Daryl Misson, loudzebra.com.
No, you'll bounce back next week.
Can you just... Oh, don't.
All right,
That'll do. See you next week.